Alright guys, quick review of the Nocturn Industries Tanto PVS 14 ultra lightweight monocular housing. I ordered these directly through Nocturn Industries back when they were doing the pre-order actually. At the time, they only offered Photonis tubes. So since I was doing Photonis tubes and since I had compared high-spec Photonis tubes directly against my Omni 7 green phosphor contract tube, I was able to come to the conclusion that low light performance is actually on par, if not slightly better. So I went ahead and pulled that trigger, got my two Tantos ordered, have them mounted up now. It took like 12 weeks to get them. Got them mounted up on the Panobridge, and I'm actually a huge fan of the housing and the RPO lenses themselves. They live up to the name of being ultra lightweight, which is super cool. I also really like the simplicity of just having the push button on and off rather than the dial. I'm a big fan of that. I also, when I use my night vision, I use it for several hours, if not a full night at a time. Pull all-nighters, hunting at night, things like that. Neck strain and fatigue are very real, and I had experienced that, so that was why I was, I was pretty desirous to order the Tantos. And they do a fantastic job of being ultra lightweight. I love that. I love the simplicity. I love the functionality. I love everything this package gives me. The Team Wendy bump, lightweight, everything just lightweight. I can wear it all night and I'm good to go. The problem I've run into, this is not my original set. My original set was actually slightly higher spec than these. The problem is that they don't have onboard IR, which I don't have a problem with that because I've always ran a supplemental IR light. This is the Enforce APLC IR model. It's a great helmet light, terrible rifle light, great helmet light. And then on my primary rifle, I run a Maul. The problem I ran into is that both the Maul and the Enforce APLC caused both tubes to strobe or flicker. Apparently this is a known problem with Photonis tubes. I wasn't aware about it prior to placing my order, and I just really wanted to get my hands on these. So it was unfortunate for me, so I reached out to a Photonis rep and just asked him if there was anything I could do to alleviate that flicker. Shortly after that, Nocturn Industries reached out to me and said, hey, we hear you're having problems with your tubes. Send them in to us. We'll see what we can do. It was pretty cool of them to do. The timing of it was less than ideal because I had signed up for a night fighter course with Press Check Consulting, and so I kind of needed it expedited. It was cool of them to expedite it for me. However, they were unable to replicate the problem I had. And so that obviously made it really difficult for them to troubleshoot. They reached out and said, hey, send us your ball, and that way we can see the problem. However, like I said, I had that class coming up, and I was like, I don't have time to ship you my maul. You troubleshoot and get them back to me. What can we do here? So they tried to replicate it, and then they sent me these two new tubes out. I've had them now for a couple months. They're great. However, this tube has some fixed pattern noise that, if worn over my left eye, lines up about like this. It is quite distracting. I really don't like it. So I switched it over to my right eye. The problem with that is that this tube strobes. It has the flicker problem. So there I am walking through the desert, very cloudy night, little to no supplemental light, kick on my supplemental IR, and boom, my right eye strobing. Might have to walk half a mile to a mile and spend that entire time walking with my right eye strobing. The other problem is anytime I'm LARPing, this is not a huge deal, but at the same time quite annoying. LARPing, go into the garage, kick on my maul to aim at a target I have out there, strobe. At the range training, anything like 7 yards, 10 yards, whatever it might be, kick on my maul, light up that target, strobe the whole time. So it's frustrating to me that the only option offered at the time was Photonis, based on the fact that there's no onboard IR system. But yet my supplemental IR lights, I also have a handheld like cheapo, like $15 IR light off Amazon, same problem. Causes that flickering strobing effect. And so if I were to do it again, just my honest opinion, I would buy the same system, the Nocturn Industries Tantos. I would just buy them through someone that offers Elbit tubes. Even though Elbit has the halo effect, the halo of the tubes themselves isn't nearly as crisp as it is in the Photonis tubes. I've witnessed this firsthand on more than one tube. I would rather have the worse halo specs of the Elbit tubes, but not have that flicker. And so if it were me and I were doing this all over again and spending the amount of money I spent on this system, I would buy through Nick at Nick's Night Vision, Sharif, Elam Rabbi. I don't remember the company he's with. I'll just link to both those guys' Facebook pages in the description of this video, or in the comments. I don't know how YouTube works. So yeah, that's my honest opinion. Great system. The Photonis tubes actually were surprising in how well they performed, but due to the nature of night vision, doesn't matter what kind of tube you have, there's going to be instances where you need supplemental IR. It's annoying that my supplemental IR causes my tubes to strobe. I will attach a video now showing what that looks like. Alright, showing you guys my laundry room. As you can see, pretty clear. That fixed particle noise is really hard to pick up on camera too. Let's see if I can get a picture of it or something. Probably not, but we'll see. As you can see, looking pretty good. Take my Enforce APLC, which you can't see because it's dark in here. Kick it onto IR mode. And see that tube flickering compared to the other one? See how the other one doesn't? You can see the light passing by its field of view, but no flicker, no strobe. The one is obviously good to go. The other one is strobing out and flickering. So if you look, I have to zoom in my camera. You can see right there, I'll try to circle it. That is the fixed particle noise I was talking about. Not the worst I've seen, right? But at the same time, it's always present. And so if I put that over my left eye, quite distracting.